morning, West Michigan. It is Monday, February 7th. We are indeed kind of sleep-deprived around here. I, for one, I stayed up until the very end of the football game last night. I know, the big game, Super Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a big game because, you know,
we were happy.
We were very happy. It was kind of one of those interesting turns of events that came through the entire playoffs and into the big game. The final lineup, of course, the Steelers and the Packers. I have a huge allegiance to Green Bay because my very first television job in the late 80s was in Green Bay. The team was terrible at that point. Forrest Gregg was the coach, and they were really just kind of rebuilding and trying to redefine themselves. And when I moved away from Green Bay in 1989, I was given a very special gift from the Green Bay Packer organization, an official game jersey.
I love the number 23. This is your vintage jersey.
That is my vintage jersey.
It doesn't have a name on the back, if you're curious, like who it belonged to.
And it was actually, it's stitched here because it was actually worn in a game. It was ripped, and you know,
it's yellowed over time.
Over time.
You'd like to think maybe that goes with the theme of
something like that, green and gold. It wasn't exactly like that. But you know, the interesting thing is I've had this, I've moved all across the country, finally, of course, making my home in West Michigan in 1990, and I've always had that with me. And so we were talking early on right before the playoffs started, and I told you that I had this jersey.
Yes.
You borrowed it.
I did, because I actually have some friends, the Bigfords. They live in Hudsonville, and they're huge Packers fans. Well, they had a get-together early on in the playoffs, and you said, hey, I've got a jersey, and I said, great, because I don't. Wore the jersey, and that started an amazing, magical string of events that actually, I think it is partly the jersey, because they did an amazing job. This jersey carried them through to win the Super Bowl.
No, the big game.
Oh, the big game. I wore actually the jersey last night. You know, it was a strong start. You know, 2 touchdowns right away in the first quarter, and so Coco and I, of course, were cheering. She had her Michigan State stuff on because that was the closest color we had for that. So we're cheering, you know, we're like, yay, it was 14-0 at that point. Really, really cool. And so I wanted to symbolically, Terry, hand the jersey
back to me.
Back over to its rightful owner. And then if you want this combo next year, I will wear it because it's, I think the jersey along with my wearing it that maybe helped.
That's the special connection there.
Sometimes you have to be superstitious when something good happens in sports.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of have to stick with that routine to hopefully have it happen again.
I think so too. Well, actually, I have a new favorite Green Bay Packer. I'm going to be very honest here. He's Kalamazoo's own Greg Jennings. What a great guy. Here he is. This is a picture from his Twitter last night holding the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Kalamazoo Central graduate, Western Michigan University football standout, and now he was a key part of the Packer victory last night. He caught 2 touchdown passes, and at the end, when they were leading into that final drive, which was really so important that they took the time off the clock and get down and finally got a field goal out of that, he had a key reception. So we're really hoping to get Greg Jennings maybe on 8 West at some point. We're going to really use all of our connections over the next couple of months. My favorite moment was during the post-game show when he's standing there. He's such an amazing guy, so talented. He's holding both of his daughters.
That was so cute.
And was interviewed in the post-game show. And it was really, it's so nice to see a guy who reaches the top of his profession, and he's a committed dad, giving the glory to God in the celebration. So I just say he's very West, and so if you know Greg Jennings, please have him get a hold of us, because we'd love to have him.
His family lives in the Kalamazoo area, so we're hoping that maybe you're watching and we can kind of, you know, make that happen. Another really exciting thing, in the third quarter of the game, there was a Chrysler ad, and it was 2 minutes long, which is pretty big time for the Super Bowl when you consider that 30 seconds cost $3 million.
Oh, yeah.
It was the longest ad in the Super Bowl, and a lot of people are talking about it. It focused on Detroit, and we're going to actually show you a little bit of it because it was cool, but also because there's some Grand Rapids connections, too.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. had hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America.
Okay, great scenes, awesome song. That's Eminem. If you guys are not sure, and that's one of his best, in my opinion. He makes an appearance in this, too. But the voice you're seeing, that really rich, great voice, that's a voice of a local man, an actor, voiceover, comedian. His name is Kevin Yan. He's a friend. And isn't that awesome?
Oh, yeah.
So cool. He actually did that voiceover. There's Eminem. In Grand Rapids, Stuart Poltrick owns a production. Sound Post is the name of it. They recorded it there, and then they basically put this together. And, again, one of the most talked about commercials in the big game.
Oh, yeah. And a huge gamble, but, you know, a really important moment in time for the city of Detroit, and for just to show the pride and to showcase the revolution that's going on now, really trying to bring that city back from what has been a challenging couple of decades. So really neat. And you know, the one other cool point to make here is, you know who beat the Packers in the regular season toward the end? The Lions did. So a lot of Lions fans also looking at this Green Bay Packer victory and saying, you know, it's not just that great commercial about Detroit. You know, maybe there is a revolution going on with football in our community as well. So
that's really cool. And we've got that online too if you want to see the whole thing. That was just only a part of it, but really, really cool. And it's a good sign when Chrysler, which, you know, has had its struggles, is able to, you know, purchase a 2-minute commercial in the big game.
In the big game.
And so that is really great, and hopefully things are looking up for all of us.
Well, it is wonderful. Well, you know, Rachel, my son Jacob is studying in Jerusalem, and it's been an interesting journey for our family because he has just had such a wonderful start to his semester over there. Well, I had the opportunity to try a new piece of technology. I had never Skyped before.
Really?
And so my husband's been Skyping Jake for the last week. So Friday night we ended up setting up the computer, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Because what time was it there?
It was 2 in the morning.
Middle of the day?
No, it was 2 o'clock in the morning there.
Okay, 12 hours.
And here it's 7 hours in advance. This was, you know, about 8:30 at night. And so I took a picture of the screen. You can see Jake, the big part of the screen. Yeah, he looked very, very tired. And on the bottom, that was me and Bill and Jen. We were in the camera. So we just had a really great time talking to him and sharing. I've been emailing him a lot, but, you know, Skype is a whole lot of fun. But the one picture I had to actually send him was the picture of the driving range at Railside, because, you know, after all the snow last week, this is a pretty desolate looking place. And so unfortunately I said to Jacob, maybe by the time you're back here in the middle of May, we'll be able to see the green grass of the driving range and get back out there. But
nice.
I know. So
nice
exciting.
To see him. He looks great.
Yeah, he looks great. He sounds great. Yeah, it was really awesome. So he's doing having a great time settling into his new surroundings.